This is the Residential Seller Disclosure Advisory, also known as the Seller's Property Disclosure Statement, or for short, we call it the SPUDS. Some others call it SPDS. Regardless of what it's called, it is the form or document that is provided by the seller to disclose the history of the property and all of its material facts. This is required by law to be provided to potential buyers. If you want to buy or sell a home in Arizona, this is an important document to review. But this is also part of the due diligence process in the beginning. When you are purchasing a home, you will see this in the very beginning, probably the first 5 days or so, just depends on how quickly people respond. And this will provide all of the information that you need to determine if you would like to continue really with the purchase of the home. This protects both the seller and educates the buyer involved. It's an 8-page document. So let's go ahead and go through. So as you can see, the first page is more for your information. When in doubt, disclose for the seller. This is available on the AARonline.com website. The link will be in the description. This is the section where the disclosure statement is made. This is a message to the seller. Please read this thoroughly. This whole document is very important to read it thoroughly. The biggest part, I can't stress enough, is to read it. Very important. Message to the seller, message to the buyer. This section will have the property information and the ownership information. So property address, city, state, and zip, pretty self-explanatory. Does the property include any leased land? Yes or no? As you continue on, you'll see legal owner of the property, all the information needed for that. Notice to the buyer, if the property is in a subdivision public report, which contains a variety of information about the subdivision at the time the subdivision was approved, may be available by contacting the Arizona Department of Real Estate or the home builder. In this case, if you were building, that would be important. The public report information may be outdated, so check the ADRE website. Right here, it's listed as www.azre.gov, but the description will be in the description box. This is the section where the residential seller's property disclosure statement has all the details that you're going to want to know. Everything about the property that's important. Building and safety information. Are you aware of any past or present roof leaks? Are you aware of any other past or present roof problems? Page 4 continues. Are you aware of roof repairs? Continues on to talk about warranty, cracks, chimney, wood infestation, heating and cooling. Page 5 lists swimming pool and spa information, electrical and other related systems, miscellaneous information. On each page, the buyer has to sign, initial if they approve. And this also needs to be provided to the inspector to review and decide whether or not the repairs are something that you agree with and can be negotiated, or if the buyer is not willing to accept it and doesn't want to counter. This is the section for the utilities. All the information there regarding that. The environmental information is at the end of page 6. Page 7. Are you aware if the property is located in the vicinity of a public or private airport? This, a lot of people do care about where their property is located, if it's next to a noisy road, construction, things like that. Very loud military base, that can be a concern. Sewer and water waste treatment, here down at the bottom on page 7. Page 8 is the final page. So you'll see the last of the information needed collected by the seller. This answers pretty much all the questions that you're going to have as a buyer about the property. Other conditions and factors, additional explanations. The seller certifies that the information contained herein is true and complete to the best of seller's knowledge as of the date signed. Seller agrees that any changes in the information contained herein will be disclosed in writing by the seller to the buyer prior to close of escrow, including any information that may be revealed by subsequent inspections. Seller acknowledges receipt of residential seller disclosure advisory titled "When in Doubt, Disclose." So again, seller signature here, seller initials here, buyer initials here, and buyer signatures here, and dates here. Thanks, guys.